The episode begins with Ruby Hoshino confronting Ichigo Saitou. Ruby follows Ichigo and directly asks him to stop avoiding her. Ichigo tells her to leave him alone and reminds her that he is no longer an agency president. Ruby refuses to back down and tells him that he was the person closest to her mother, Hoshino, which means he is also the closest person to the truth behind her murder. Ruby demands to know who her father is. Ichigo angrily replies that he does not know and says that if he did, he would have killed the man himself. Ruby then asks for the contact details of everyone who was involved with in the past. Ichigo refuses again, warning her that many of those people are now powerful figures. If Ruby angers them, the consequences would fall on Miyako, who is currently running Strawberry Productions. Ruby says she is becoming famous herself. Ichigo mocks her, saying she is still unknown and that no tabloid would even care if she caused a scandal. Ruby then proposes a deal. She says that once she becomes famous enough that those people want to meet her, Ichigo must introduce them. Ichigo agrees and calls it a promise. Ruby then asks Ichigo to teach her how to promote herself. Ichigo refuses at first, but Ruby reminds him that she followed his advice before and landed a reporter job on the TV show Dig Deep, Chase the Impossible. Ichigo acknowledges that the show has many industry eyes on it and explains that if Ruby wants to succeed, she must stand out. The episode shifts to the filming of Dig Deep, Chase the Impossible. Ichigo explains that variety shows require clear character roles. He uses Aqua as an example, pointing out that Aqua plays a sharp-tongued, toxic, cool guy character. Because of this, the show naturally gives him lines where he can criticize others. Ichigo tells Ruby that her original image, cute, clever, and considerate, will not work. Instead, he instructs her to act dumb, disrespectful, and defiant, and to fully commit to playing the clown. Ruby follows this advice during filming. During a segment where cast members are asked about silly mistakes, Ruby claims she nearly set her apartment on fire by boiling hand soap. The story shocks everyone and turns into a running joke. Aqua joins in by roasting her, making the moment even funnier. Ruby fully commits to the role, allowing herself to be called stupid on air. The cast realizes she is extremely good at this character. Behind the scenes, Ichigo notices that Ruby is being guided by someone and acknowledges that she can be used effectively in future segments. Ichigo then gives Ruby another important lesson: be nice to assistant directors, because they will become directors in the future. Ruby takes this advice seriously and starts treating assistant director Yoshizumi very kindly, bringing him tea, chatting with him, and showing concern for his health. Yoshizumi becomes confused and flattered. The episode then focuses on the harsh reality of TV production. Yoshizumi is shown being yelled at by his superiors for delays, permissions, and failures. Ruby overhears explanations about how variety shows are structured, how directors lead units, and how assistant directors do all the hard labor. The staff explains that budgets are shrinking, staff numbers are lower, and overtime is common. The show plans a new segment about cosplayers, timed with Summer Comic-Con. Director Urishibara instructs Yoshizumi to recruit cosplayers who are provocative and willing to share personal details. Yoshizumi struggles badly, receiving rejection after rejection. Many cosplayers refuse to appear on TV. Ruby notices Yoshizumi's exhaustion and asks if she can help. Yoshizumi hesitantly asks whether Ruby knows any cosplayers. The episode briefly shifts focus to Aqua and Akane Kurakawa. Aqua walks Akane home in the rain. Akane internally reflects on their relationship, acknowledging that Aqua may still have feelings for Kana Arima, but chooses to accept their relationship as it is. She appreciates Aqua's kindness and believes he is genuinely trying to be honest with her. Back to the production problem, Ruby starts taking action. She asks Aqua for technical equipment and begins working on a solution. Ruby then visits Mimi Yoshizumi, Yoshizumi's younger sister. Mimi is revealed to be a popular VTuber and cosplayer with over 300,000 subscribers, known online as Suzune Komimi. Mimi refuses at first, saying she only cosplays at home and edits her photos heavily. Ruby pressures her, reminding her that her cosplay account is still active and promising to forget embarrassing posts if she helps. Eventually, Mimi agrees. The production team believes the cosplay segment is secured. However, just before filming, a major problem arises. The show does not receive permission to use Tokyo Blade costumes. The director admits this at the last moment, causing chaos. The staff scrambles scrambles to fix the situation. They decide to use original or modified costumes instead. Ruby's costume becomes a serious issue, but the staff manages to find a free-size replacement. The episode ends with the production team rushing to salvage the segment, while Ruby's calculated actions clearly show how she is climbing the industry step by step using strategy instead of innocence.